Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. Well, yesterday I showed you how to make these wonderful oversized 3D pumpkins. And if you haven't seen that video yet, I would suggest that you hop on over to my channel and watch it. It's really a fun project, but it is a very big project. And if you don't have the time or patience or materials to make it, I have been working on this other project called Geometric Pumpkin. I did this one in black and this one in the traditional pumpkin. And then this one, which I thought was kind of cool, was kind of patchworky. You notice it doesn't have the holes, and that's pretty easy to achieve, to have the holes. Anyway, so these geometric pumpkins work up very quickly. They don't take days and tons of glue and paper, and they could easily house a little LED candle, or perhaps the string of those twinkly lights. That would look really kind of cool, festive. So I wanted to show you how to put these together today. Now this is not a project that I have developed. It's a project from this wonderful designer named Mary at SVG Cuts, and you can find this file with, it's actually a grouping of files. It's like 5 of them, but you do have to purchase it at svgcuts.com and download it and cut it with your Cricut. And of course, you know, you do have a choice of machines, and I do have a choice of machines, and I just want to say that I always have chosen Cricut. I just love their machines, but most importantly, I love the team of people that work there, because they're so responsive to issues. And I think that that's important when you're dealing with a software company, because really, essentially, it's what it ends up coming down to, the software making the machines work. And I just really have always appreciated the team over there and enjoy spending time with them, and also enjoy making comments about how it can make the machines work better for all of us, for our users. So anyway, that's just my little, I don't know, non sequitur on the Cricut team. But so this is a file again, SVG Cuts. This one is called Fall Weekend, and it includes this really darling shirt, as well as a geometric pumpkin, and there's actually several other projects in there. I'm going to download it and then upload it to Design Space, and then I'm going to show you how to put it together. It's really simple. So stay with me, and I will show you how to put together this lovely geometric pumpkin. Okay, so we're putting together this geometric pumpkin from SVG Cuts, and it's a pretty simple thing to cut out. There are a lot of score lines, and yes, you can. I just want to show you what it looks like on the file. Is that it's actually 3 pieces of paper, whatever paper you choose, and a stem. That's it. So it's an easy to cut, even though there are a lot of score lines, so you'll have to be patient with the scoring of that. So anyway, so we got our 3 pieces. Now, you'll notice here that the 3 pieces consist of 5 separate pieces. They are all exactly the same, and then you have the top and the bottom with the stem. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and cut out all of my pieces, and I've folded them all on the score. Okay, and let's see, I folded them all on the score, and what I want to point out is that each piece has a tab at the top and a smaller tab at the bottom. This is really important because you're going to want to make sure all of your pieces are facing correctly, or else it won't go together the way that you want it to. So right now I'm putting all of the large tabs. You see, this one here is slightly smaller. So I'm putting them all together so that I know before I get started on my gluing that all of my pieces are facing the same way. That's important because what you're going to be doing is my bottom tab is you're going to start and you're going to nestle these here, and basically consider that these tabs, I use the smaller of those, are going to create a pentagon shape because you have 5 pieces, okay? And they go in so that here, this particular triangle has no tab, but the opposite side does have a tab. So that's a way that you can sort of know you're doing it together. So you're going to, let's just show you how you're going to do this. Make sure I get my glue. All right, so you're going to put glue on that one tab, right? And we're going to nestle. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, here we go. Nestle the tab with this one triangle that has no tab, okay? And then we will continue to work through this, and you'll notice after you get that first tab set that it just works very logically with the tabbing. Here we go. Right? And continue on. So that all the tabs are lining up. You see where there's no tab here, and then your next piece is going to have, it's nestled next to the tab. And then you're going to just keep continuing on. First, you know, you're taking one of the, actually 2 of the pieces and connecting them. So you connect them all the way up. Then you go back, once you finish that, you go back and start with the next piece. And so the next piece is going to be lined up. You see how it's making a pentagon? So I want to just show you. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. There's the pentagon starting, forming. So, and this is where our tab gets affixed. Our first tab gets added. So it's a little tiny bit confusing at first. I'll make sure I'm in the camera. But you see that here are these 3. And there's our next one. I'm just going to show you how each one gets added. All right, so there's 4. And then I might as well just put the 5th one on there so that you can see. All right, so I have to make sure that that glue holds. Give it a second. So then you will see in the end, you have all 5 pieces connected at the bottom to form that pentagram, right? And then you'll work your way through the whole pumpkin, connecting those tabs, and it will eventually form your pumpkin shape, except for the top and the bottom. So that's basically what you're going to do here is go along. You connect the bottom, and then you go along and start connecting at the seams where there is a tab. Okay? So you end up with the pumpkin all completed, but does not have the bottom or the top. So I want to show you how to do the top. The top is a stem. It's all one piece, not like the one from yesterday, which was 8 pieces. All one piece, cut from this green. And you have to fold it all, obviously. And the first step is right here. There's this tab. Oh. Sorry of the dog. Hold on. Shh. Quiet. Thank you. All right, so thanks for being patient there. So you're going to start there, and then you're going to move along with your glue again and see how you're just following the natural curve that's there to make the stem. You're going to wipe off a little excess glue here, right? And you're going to work all the 5 sections until you end up with the stem. Isn't that great? And the bottom tabs can be folded out, but then what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece and fold it. This is called a valley fold because it makes a valley, right? Most of the time when we're folding, we do what's called a mountain fold, but these are valley folded, right? And I glued it right here. And then here comes the stem coming up under into the top. You're going to want to put some glue on each of these tabs. Right. And affix them to the inside, you see? And there is your top. And you see that the top of this is sort of indented. That's basically is the top. And then you will go ahead, once you get all of your pieces glued together, you'll be gluing here. And that's where our large tab, remember the large tab? This is where your large tab is the top of the pumpkin. And then the small tab gets this is it 1, 2, 3? Yeah, it's a pentagon, right? The small tab gets the pentagon affixed to the small tabs on the bottom. And that is it. Seriously, these work up very quickly. Don't panic when you're, I guess that's the only other advice. Don't panic when you are putting it together that it's not going together right, because at the very beginning it feels like, oh, am I doing this right? The most important thing that you want to consider is that where a tabbed edge is affixed, it has to go onto an untabbed edge, you see? And then as long as you're working, for instance, from the bottom, which is what, from the bottom here, you have aligned your pieces correctly. I hope that that's a proper explanation on how to put together these wonderful 3D, this one, here's that one, a little more in detail. This one I did, and when I uploaded and cut it, I just contoured out the triangles inside so that I can have a more solid look to showcase these really fun complementary fall colored papers that I've gotten it. So that's it.
That's all that's required.
So that's it. This is a fabulous project that won't take you very long. And now that you know all the little secrets on how to put it together, it should go together at a breeze. And then you can start manipulating the patterns. That's what I just adore about using other people's files, paid for, obviously, but is that I can still make changes to the files. I can still decide what what material, I want to use to make and achieve the special look and personalize it. So don't feel you need to go and do things exactly like me or like the designer suggests. Come up with your own thing that works with your own home decor or office decor, and you really will be putting that special touch, your own personal touch, onto projects. And then you can very proudly proclaim that you made it yourself. And that's a really important thing. So thanks so much for coming today and watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, Miss Rita to the Rescue. And that is on YouTube as well as on Facebook. And I'd love for you to be able to follow along with all of these great projects and also with all the latest innovations that come from Cricut and from Team Cricut, and just keeping in the know and sort of getting your craft on. That's what I'm all about. So thanks for coming today and enjoy your day.